Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Bedard is back. He is supposed to return to the lineup tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins, according to multiple sources. However, could this be too early, and could this be a very rushed move by the management? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video, the return, as well as the possible stipulations that this may have on Connor Bedard and on the lineup, as well as we have a bit of news on a roster move later on in this video. But before we get into all of that news, we noticed that 83% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your Chicago Blackhawks news as it happens, rumors, trades, reports, signings, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit that sub button. Join the channel. So, you might see Landon Slaggert getting the first overall pick by the Chicago Blackhawks. We'll be reporting everything here, so make sure you hit the sub button. But, like I said, we need to start this one off here with the obvious thing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're watching this. Connor Bedard is back. Now, many reports, like I said, but we also have a few implications this may have, but we're going to start this one off here with Ben Pope. So that sounds like Connor Bedard will indeed make a surprise early return against the Penguins tonight. Can't wait to hear the crowd reaction. As of Monday, Luke Richardson thought Bedard wouldn't be available until next week. We'll find out later what changed. Now, a lot of people I've seen replying to this tweet, making their own tweets on X, are saying that, is this too early? They're rushing Connor Bedard back in the lineup. It's a game day, so there is no practice today. So, they're kind of just throwing him out there back into this lineup without having any line rushes, any practice with the line. He's been kind of just skating by himself in the non-contact jersey. So, this is a bit of an odd one. Normally they'd give a player after an injury like this, especially the jaw, where it could always be a hit could impact whatever, on your upper body, and kind of just throwing him out there in this lineup. Fresh off an injury. Realistically, he hasn't taken any contact that we know of, at least in practice, and he's just getting put back into this lineup. Now, obviously the Blackhawks need this, but is there really a point in rushing a player like this, like Connor Bedard, who is a phenom, is special in this league, back in there with a risk of re-injury? I don't know. Obviously everybody's happy to see Connor Bedard back. Everybody wanted to see him back as soon as possible, because this offense has been terrible. It's been painful to watch, and that's just me saying what it is. There's no other option in saying that, but I don't want Connor Bedard to get re-hurt. That's one thing that's been on my mind since I've seen all these tweets, all these things, and that, it's a bit of a scary situation. And this comes from Talking Hockey as well. The same thing. So Kevin Weeks, well, you can see here, this is Holy Weeks bomb. Kevin reporting that Connor Bedard will return to the lineup tonight against the Blackhawks. Lineup tonight against Pittsburgh. Bedard has been out since January 5th with a fractured jaw. Then goes on to quote that tweet, says, Weeks now edited the post saying, I'm told there's a good chance. Now, Ben Pope tweeted it after this, so it seems like that is the case, that Connor Bedard will be back in this lineup. But he says, we shall see. I do personally think it's a bit rushed as he hasn't taken any contact yet, but what do I know? A lot of people are thinking this. A lot of people are thinking that it's definitely a questionable choice, I guess you could say. There's not many words to describe it as just, is he ready? Really is the question. Is this too early of a move? I know that he's been playing hockey his entire life. Everybody in the NHL pretty much has. He's taken hits his entire life, but off a broken jaw is just something that, worries me a bit. But let's skip over this and talk about some good news here. One thing that they're playing the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, the Blackhawks are 3-1 in their last 4 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, Pittsburgh has also been on a very bad streak as of late. I can't remember exactly how many they've lost to their last whatever, but they've been in a tough situation. This will be an electric night for the Blackhawks to come back, get a win against Pittsburgh, who are just on the borderline of a wild card spot, especially in Connor Bedard's return. He said, he didn't say, but I'm assuming he's seen Sidney Crosby in this lineup, says, I wanted to play. You never know when it could be your last opportunity to play against Sidney Crosby, although he looks like he'll be in the league forever. He's not getting worse, but, it's always a special opportunity when you get to play against a legend like Crosby. But, we also have another tweet here from Charlie Romelio, as well as Elliot Friedman. This was well before all the rumor, or the truth that he is coming back, everything saying that he will be. Elliot Friedman first said this morning. Word is this morning that Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks are checking with the doctors about the possibility of playing tonight versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. We'll see what the date brings, but the good news is his return is close. And that's facts. Whether it is tonight or not, seemingly it will be. But Charlie Romelio's quote tweeted this and said, it sounds like Connor Bedard had an imaging scan on Wednesday on the morning, and he was hoping that practice with the team then. We'll see if he makes a surprise return tonight. There is no morning skate, so he's thrown right back in the fire if he does. And that's why I said earlier, no practice, He's going to be thrown right back into the game, but he is confirmed to be back, supposedly. There still is no lineup released, and we won't know at practice because since there is none today, but, it is a very good thing for Connor Bedard to be back. It's happy to be back. I'm sure he wanted to come back. He said at the All-Star game, if it was his choice, he would have already returned to the lineup, which is a very Connor Bedard thing to say. We know that. We've seen that from him this entire season as soon as he got drafted. But it really does worry me, and I think that Connor Bedard knows that if he wasn't ready, he wouldn't come back. I think that's something that he knows. He don't want to risk anything in his career, anything like that, any structural damage to the jaw. I think he has that in the back of the mind. Luke Richardson, Kyle Davidson, they wouldn't let him back in the lineup if he wasn't cleared. So I'm assuming he's fine health-wise at this point right now. But it still is the worrying part for me. He has not practiced. He has not skated with the team in any line rushes. In a long time, in a really long time, nearly 2 months now. So it is just an interesting thing to take about this, if he has been doing anything separately that we haven't seen from, Charlie Roumeliotis, Ben Pope, any of these reporters that we've seen on Twitter. But it is going to be a very nice return to see Connor Bedard back on the ice. He's going to get a pop when he gets there, no matter if he is playing or not, wherever he does end up coming back to, if it is tonight, if it's next week, if it's tomorrow. Whatever. He's going to have an insane a pop from the crowd. So it is going to be a very good thing to watch, a very exciting thing to watch that he is going to be back. I think his revenge tour starts now. I didn't have any Calder odds, current Calder odds, but we've seen how good Brock Waivers been playing, how good Marco Rossi's been playing. Both of those guys, I would assume, need to look out now that Connor Bedard is back. And, I'm excited to see what he can do tonight, what he can pull off, what he can pull out of the bag. It's gonna be one to watch whether he does anything or not. But that's Connor Bedard for you. Well, just before we end this one off here, we have another bit of news. Rem Pitlick is on waivers. Now, I think this should have been a sign to a lot of us that Connor Bedard may be coming back, because Rem Pitlick, we know they got earlier, just after the injuries, after all the injuries that the Blackhawks have been having, just to slot in this lineup as a depth forward. This came out from Elliot Friedman yesterday. I assume by the time this video comes out, we'll know if he cleared or not. But he's on waivers. Tyler Pitlick and Philipp Kurashev, they will be in the AHL. But, I think this should have been a sign that Pitlick going down, someone had to come back and fill up a spot. We should have assumed that Connor Bedard will be coming back sooner rather than later, but didn't really cross my mind. Didn't really come to my mind that Luke Richardson said that he would be another few weeks, another week or two. So happy to see him back. It's going to be a very close one to watch. See if he's going to be a bit, more gentle on the puck. See if he's going to know that risk factor while he's playing. It's going to be something to keep an eye on, but I assume that he will be back to normal. I don't think it's going to affect his shot or anything. We've seen him been going hard in practice and everything, and I'm excited to see him back. But, that's all we got for this video. Let me know what you think about the injury, about Connor Bedard. If you think it's too close of a return too soon, do you think they should have waited a little while, get him back into a few practices beforehand, getting him back into the groove? But, Connor Bedard, I think you could really throw him anywhere and he'll be fine. But let me know what you think. So hit the sub button if you haven't already. If you want to see all your Blackhawks news, it is going to be right here on this channel as it happens. But like the video if you did enjoy. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you later.